fat. Comics fat.
So it finally happened this past weekend. Avengers Endgame has surpassed Avatar to become the highest grossing film of all time. Now that's a pretty big accomplishment. This is a big deal. $2.79 billion. That's a lot of money. And it just surpassed Avatar's 2.789 billion. So we now have a new champion. Disney, Marvel, you guys are on the top, and you guys also have Infinity War in there. So, and technically, Disney owns Avatar now, so they got what, 4 of the 5 top spots on this list in all-time highest-grossing films. So that's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big accomplishment. Definitely something that Disney can hang its hat on, as an accomplishment, something to brag about. Because having the highest grossing films of all time, of course, adjusted for inflation, is a pretty big deal. Now, I initially thought this film was probably going to do like $3 billion easily. Its opening weekend saw $350 million. $350 million. That's like the kind of money that other films make in its entire run, in theaters. And it made that in its opening weekend, like completely breaking the record of how much money is made in the opening weekend. This movie came out firing on all cylinders. Everybody is watching it. Everybody's watching it and watching it again. That's how good it was and how much it meant to a lot of people, and not just Marvel fans, but movie fans and people who wanted to be involved with this event in pop culture, because this was 10 years in the making, over 22, 23 films in the making within the MCU that Kevin Feige carefully crafted and put together to culminate in this Infinity War and Endgame event. So it definitely earned it. It was this whole, like, it was almost like a TV show in the form of movies. You had to watch the next one, you had to watch the next one. And this right here was like the season finale that nobody could miss. And you see that a lot with TV shows, whether it was like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, name your TV show that's like your favorite. And that's the way it was. And it still is for the MCU. So major props to Kevin Feige, Bob Iger at Disney, the whole Marvel team. Everybody worked on this film. It definitely earned that top spot. That's how good it was. And so we got a new champion, and now let's see if anybody can knock it off. I'm sure within the next 10, 15 years, as the MCU grows and evolves and sets up another major event, that maybe it'll try to shoot for that $3 billion mark down the road, where now we see if it could pull it off. Now, I'm seeing a lot of criticisms, though, of this as it being a re-release, but you got to think about it. The second film of all time, Avatar, it got re-released. Even Titanic, which is sitting at number 3, that saw a re-release. So the top 3 all got re-released. So it's kind of all fair there when it comes to those. And no other films are getting close to matching that. So those are in a league of their own, and they all had re-releases. So, I mean, it's pretty much an even playing field, and Avengers Endgame definitely earned it. So another thing, I was kind of wasn't sure that it was gonna reach this mark. Even though I had that hot start, and again, I was one of the ones that was thinking this was gonna be like a $3 billion film. It definitely slowed down after, almost felt like the entire world watched it at least twice. I watched it twice. I even watched it a couple more times, bootlegged, some really good bootlegged versions, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. And then the re-release came out, and I didn't think, me personally, that was enough for me to try to watch it again, especially with the whole digital release coming up real soon and it coming out on DVD really, a little bit after that, within the next couple weeks. But people still went, saw it. The overseas market definitely helped bump it up to push it over the top to get this top spot. So now it's sitting alone at the top, and we'll see what happens from there. Avatar 2 comes out, I believe, 2021. So I would not be surprised if Avatar got another re-release in order to sort of help the marketing for Avatar 2, because you want to be able to market a film as saying, you know what, this is a sequel to the highest grossing film of all time. So if James Cameron's Avatar 2 stays with its release date in 2021, which, I mean, it's already been pushed back a couple times, I wouldn't be surprised to see Avatar get released, whether it's months or even weeks before Avatar 2, and it being able to take that top spot again. And then, I mean, maybe we're going to see Endgame get a short re-release also after that, and just competing within the Disney brand, because now Disney owns Avatar and that whole property. So, I mean, it's going to be just taking a lot of people's money just so they can see these movies. And, it's kind of fun. I mean, it's in-house. It's no longer between two different studios. It's no longer Fox versus Disney. It's Disney within itself, pushing its own movies, competing with each other, with the fans, to see who gets that top spot. And I mean, pretty much we all win. Disney, of course, are going to win. They're taking our money, and they're going to just getting richer and richer, but still putting out this great content, great films that we enjoy. So I don't see any problem with it. So let me know if you guys were one of the ones that helped push Endgame over Avatar. Let me know in the comments down below. All right, don't forget to share this video, like, subscribe. Go ahead and hit that logo to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
Comix, right? Comix, right?